All please stand for your honor, the Queen of Hearts.
You may all be seated, but just now I'm watching you. Any funny business and it's off with your heads. Woodsman, begin.
Your Honor, today we were regarding the case 2009, Make-Believe Creatures versus the Big Bad Wolf. We have Matt Hatter representing the prosecution, and we have White Rabbit for defense.
White Rabbit? Where is that rabbit?
I'm late for this very important date. Oh, so sorry, Your Honor. Really
Don't let it happen again.
sorry, Your Honor, so sorry.
Get on with it, Mad Hatter. What is the accusation?
Crimes of terror, violence, and ravenous hunger against the oh so sweet fairy tale creatures of this make-believe land. We, the people, accuse him of the attempted murder of one, two, and three. And Riding Hood and Granny was still missing.
White Rabbit, how does the defendant plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Well, it looks like you're gonna have a little fun here. Then it's off with his head. Begin.
I will attempt to prove here today. Senor, that comes later. What? Mr. Hatter, if you don't mind, please finish your sentence. What was I going to say? Today. You said, I will attempt to prove here today. What are you going to prove? No. You said you'd prove here today. Not me, you. You said I'd prove. That I'd prove something. Well, what would I prove? I mean, that'd be a little silly. A little bad, you might say. Get it together, man.
Must it be so bossy? Mr. Hatter, please finish your statement.
I don't know where I am. The big bad wolf tried to eat us. Remember? Oh, yes, that's right. I'm here to prove they ate them all for lunch. Nailed it.
Thank you for that. Shall we cut off his head?
Approved. Yes.
Your Honor, I haven't been able to present my case yet. Not wolves have wolf vicious hunger. Plus, you guys are all misguided because not all wolves have vicious teeth and vicious hunger. I will present for the facts that are not assumed and answer them.
All right, I guess if we have to, let's hear testimony.
Oh, I have a testimony. Me, pick me.
Okay, Mad Hatter, call your first witness.
I called the 3 little pigs.
3 little pigs, please take the stand.
Little piggy 1, 2, and 3. Can you please tell the court what happened that night? I'll go first since I was the first one found on the big bad wolf.
Why does she always get on first? Not fair. Give me a break. Let the pig tell her story.
You can go next.
Well, there I was, minding my own business, guarding flowers in my sweet little house made of straw, when I heard something blow, like a horn in the forest. And I saw his piercing eyes staring at me through the bush. Frightened, I ran into the house, but I could hear him calling out for me, "Oh, little piggy! Excuse me, little piggy!" But I went back forest, but it was too late. When I looked, my house was this! My house made of straw was in pieces all around me.
Excuse me. It's my turn. I told you, straw was too soft. Fine. You can go. I'm at home, working on a puzzle in my nice little house made of sticks, when I hear a pounding at the door. It's my sister, whom I let in, of course. And before she could tell me what's the matter, I hear a dark, grisly voice outside my door. Let me in, or I'll... And before he could finish, he blew my house right down around us. Terrified, we ran as fast as we could to our sister's house, made of brick. The wolf followed. he was on the warpath or something. He was right behind us. I could hear him growling, something as he ran away. But who could understand him through the ferocious teeth?
All right, you've said enough. Let me take a turn.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so there I was, making my favorite pot of soup. When out the window, I hear these two crying and screaming their lungs out. I told them both, straw and sticks would never last the likes of any storm, especially a big bad wolf. See, in the 2000s, we had ourselves a wallop of a storm. You'd have thought these little piggies would have learned their lesson. But oh no, they went on and on about the economy and how it was going green. I mean, come on, you gotta invest in what matters. Safety matters. That's my motto.
I'm gonna get some white.
Oh, fine. So they came in screaming and slammed the door. I knew that there was nothing that wolf could do to blow down my house. Best brick in this county. All right, so we hear him huffing and blowing and pleading to let him in. But no way, Jose. He's not getting in my den. So we hear him up on the roof. Thank goodness I was making him my pot of soup. That wolf fell right down my chimney and into the pot, burned his fur right off. He jumped so high that he landed right outside my door. I told you, no one was getting into my den. I showed him who's boss. We watched him run down the lane. We hadn't heard a thing from him since we heard about poor old Grandma and Little Red. Not a bone or hair was found. It's a shame, that old wolf. Bet you her cabin was made of logs. You can't trust them logs. I tell you, brick is the only way to go.
What was that? Quick, someone call for the king's horses and the king's men. Humpty Dumpty's flying off his chair again.
It's okay. I got him.
I'm alright, sorry about that. I just slipped. I'll be alright.
Order. Let's get on with this.
I'd like to cross-examine with your witnesses, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Piggies, did you guys talk to the wolf as he encountered you?
No.
Then how did you know he just wanted to talk to you or just be on his way and ask a question?
Well, he had such big piercing eyes.
And he had such a deep growling voice.
And he had such ferocious teeth.
So none of you guys took the time to know him just the way he looked.
Yes.
Did the big bad wolf hurt any of you?
No. But he blew down our houses.
Could have that been an accident?
A tornado is an accident. This guy tried to eat us.
Thank you, Your Honor. That'll be all, Your Honor. I'd like to talk to my first witness.
Very well.
I'd like to call Pinocchio up to the stand.
I object. The witness wasn't even in these stories. What is this witness's relevance to these stories?
He was there at the scene of the time.
Proceed. He's not even a real boy.
Pinocchio, where do you currently live?
Currently, I live in my father's Geppetto wood carving shop.
And where did you live before that?
In the trunk of a tree at 100 Acre Wood.
And where's that proximity to Granny's house?
At a fork in the road down Dory Lane.
Can you tell me what you saw that night in question?
I saw Little Red Riding Hood come to the fork and approach the big bad wolf, who lives in the bush there.
She approached them. And what?
Then she smiled and gave him a cookie, then took off down Dory Lane.
Thank you, Mr. Hatter. Your witness?
You say you saw Little Red Riding Hood talk to the big bad wolf.
Yes.
What did they say to one another?
Well, I'm sure she said something like, where can I find some fresh flowers? And then he said something like, down this path.
What do you mean? Did you hear them say it or not?
Well,
Oh, okay. Your nose is growing. Are you really telling the truth?
well,
Did they really say
I
this?
don't know. I only saw them. The woodcarver hadn't carved my ears yet. I couldn't hear what they said. I only saw them.
Your Honor, I'm done with this witness. I still don't have any teeth.
Emmy! Oh, sorry, Your Honor. She follows me wherever I go.
Hey, that's my lamb. I thought I lost my sheep.
Are you sure that isn't my lamb? Is your lamb's fleece as white as snow?
You stole my sheep.
Did not?
Did so?
Order! Cut off your heads. Woodsman, please take the sheep out of the courtroom.
Lady Red Riding Hood, can you please take the stand?
Now, little Red Riding Hood, will you tell the court what happened to you that night?
Well, I was asked by my mother to go to Granny's house and bring her some goodies because she was sick and not feeling well. So on my way, I ran into the big bad wolf. I was scared at first, but because my mother told me not to talk to any strangers and to go straight there. He seemed nice enough. He asked me where I was going, and I told him Granny's house. He convinced me that she would appreciate some flowers and that I could find the prettiest ones down Dory Lane. So I thought that would be nice and went after the flowers. Once I had enough flowers for a bouquet, I headed over to Granny's house. When I got there, the door was unlocked and the lights were out. I called out to her and I heard this deep growling voice respond, "Yes, my dear." And I saw these enormous eyes and huge teeth. And then the wolf said, "What better to eat you with, my dear?" I screamed, and just then the woodsman appeared at the door with an axe. The wolf jumped out from the bed and was wearing Granny's clothes. Granny was nowhere to be found. I can't remember what happened after that. I think I passed out from fear.
Thank you, Red. White Rabbit, your witness. You say the wolf asked you first where you were going.
Yes?
You say he also seemed nice enough.
Well, I mean, he did at the time.
And you testified your mother to not talk to strangers and go straight to Granny's house. But yet you talk to the big bad wolf and you pick up flowers first. Clearly you don't know what you're supposed to do. What was it that the big bad wolf said to you in response to your observation of his big eyes and big teeth?
He said, "The better to eat you with, my dear."
The better to eat you with, my dear, or the better to eat with, my dear?
Oh, I'm not sure. I was really scared. It was dark and everything was so weird.
Did the wolf jump out of Granny's bed before the woodsman came or after?
As I said, I'm not sure. I started to go black at the moment.
So you're not really sure which way it went, did you?
Well, no, I don't know. I was all crazy for a bit there.
That's enough, Your Honor. I'd like to call the big bad wolf up to the stand.
Finally, we're getting to the good part.
Is that a beanstalk?
Oh, my beans! I've lost my beans! What's that?
It looks like a giant.
My lamb!
No, my lamb.
oh, sorry, girls.
Poor thing, you're pulling all the king's horses and all the king's men could only put poor lamb back together again.
Order! Or it's off with your heads!
Big Bad Wolf, will you please take the stand?
Please state your name for the record.
Big Bad Wolf.
Is that the name you go by?
No, I like to go by Wolfie. I was named after my father. He was just a wolf
Wolf and Billy got into trouble. That's where the big bad part comes from. But I'm not like my father. I'm a vegetarian. I can't even eat meat. That's why this is so absurd. If I had eaten meat or had wanted to, I would have blown up like a blowfish.
Can you tell us the night that you had an encounter with the 3 little pigs?
You bet I can. I had this terrible cold. I think it was the swine flu. I was feeling so terrible, sneezing and coughing. My nose was running something awful. I knew that the 3 little pigs lived nearby, so I thought I could go ask them what I could do to get better, being that they're swine and all. But the minute I get there, that little piggy starts hollering and runs off before I can even talk to her. Unfortunately, I sneezed so hard that I blew her house down. I didn't know you could build a house out of straw. Oh, then I just felt even worse. I tried to follow her and apologize and asked her what I could do. But when I got to the piggy's house, no one would let me in. Then the sneezing started again, and I couldn't stop it. So I blew the second house down. Oh boy, did this make me feel even worse. I saw them go to the piggy's house made of brick, and I thought maybe if I could just talk to them, they would listen. All I wanted was some help with my flu and to apologize for their houses. I knew they wouldn't listen. Everyone always runs off when they see me. I can't help that I look like this. It was so hard to talk with my throat hurting as it did. It sounded so grisly. So I thought if I could just get them to listen, I climbed the roof and was going to yell down the chimney when I sneezed again and lost my grip and fell down the chimney. I landed in the pot and burned my fur right off. I knew then that I just had to get away before they killed me. I ran for my life. I decided it was best to just stay in my bush and wait out the flu.
Can you tell us what happened later?
Little Red Riding Hood came by and asked me where she could get the prettiest flowers for her granny's bouquet. I love Granny. She always gives me the best scratches and fills me with the best goodies. I would never hurt her. When she told me that Granny was sick and all, I decided that maybe she could help me get better. So I went to her house and saw that she wasn't there, so I decided to wait.
Why were you on Granny's bed?
I had chills, so I grabbed her nightgown, jumped into her bed, and waited for her to come back. That's when Little Red came in and started questioning me about my eyes and my teeth, and I have big teeth.
Did you tell Little Red Riding Hood that you were going to eat her?
I didn't say the better to eat you with. I said the better to eat with. Big teeth, big bites.
Do you know where Granny is?
I don't know where she is. With her being sick and all, I sure am worried.
Did you attack the woodsman?
I went back to my bush, sick, furless, and cut with an axe. I'm the victim here. Discrimination is what this is about. I didn't hurt anyone. Just because I'm the wolf, it doesn't mean that I have to be the bad guy in every story. Yeah, sure, my name is a big bad wolf, but like I said, that's my father, not me.
What is it this time?
Granny, oh Granny, we thought you were dead. We thought the big bad wolf had eaten you. Where have you been?
Your Honor, please, I've been accused of misunderstanding. Wolfie would never eat me. He's perfectly harmless. Wolfie is my friend and a vegetarian. He would never eat meat, especially swine meat.
Well, I never. Thank goodness for that.
You keep telling yourself that, Grandma.
Where have you been? We've been looking for you.
Well, I've been sick with the swine flu and just feeling terrible. I'm sorry, Wolfie. I think I passed it on to you. I decided to go to the palace and see Snow White's stepmother. I heard she's got a few good concoctions up her sleeve. She gave me a potion that truly knocked my feet out from under me. I got home, brewed it up, and took some. And as I went to get my warm hood from the closet, I became sleepy, slipped, and fell into a pile of yarn. Feels like I've been asleep for an eternity. Once I woke up, I got out of there and came straight away to look for Wolfie and tell him about the potion. I feel 100% better. Thank goodness I ran into Pinocchio, or else I never would have known about all this nonsense. Your Honor, please don't cut off his head.
Don't cut off his head. Order, order. What's this? What's this? Someone has painted my mallet red. Off with his head, whoever painted my mallet red.